Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Parks Alliance Read-Along. I'm Steve Taylor. I'm your co-host for this Parks Alliance Read-Along broadcast. And we have a very special guest today. He was our very first guest back on March 30th. And he's also our biggest supporter. He's also our biggest connector, who's connected us with a lot of our other authors. We're excited to have Gerald Jackson back today. We'll bring him on in just a few minutes. But before that, it's a pretty exciting week for other ways for the Parks Alliance here. So Lula, I'm going to tell people about the first event we have on Wednesday, and then you can tell them about everything else that's going on. So on Wednesday, our first live event that we're doing is at noon, and we're having three Philadelphia City Council members on, and you can see them here. That's Cindy Bass, Isaiah Thomas, and Jamie Gauthier, and they're going to be doing a live question and answer. And you can use the hashtag, which I'll put down in the comments, Parks Alliance Q&A, or you can also comment live. If you're here, comment live, and we will share those questions, as many of them as we have time to get to in that hour, with the three council people there who are joining us. We're very honored that they're going to be joining us. It's going to be very interesting, similar to the Q&A that we did with Lula and Alex last week, which was very well attended, and we were very happy with all the folks who attended that. So what else is going on Wednesday, Lula?
Like you mentioned last week, I think it was pretty successful with the question and answer that Alex and myself did. Plus, obviously, Steve, you've been incredible producing these live streams. Honestly, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without Steve. So thank you, Steve. So we're super excited for Wednesday. We do have a packed schedule. We're starting noon with the panel discussion, like Steve mentioned, with city council members, like a town hall. And then 2 o'clock, we're going to do question and answer with Catherine from Parks and Recreation. 3:30, we're going to do student versus city council member Scrabble challenge. So super excited.
Cool. I'm excited about that.
Activities partnership, yes. 5 o'clock, we'll be back to our Parks Alliance read along with a special guest. And then 7 p.m., we're doing online trivia. We tried this as a staff. It was super fun. So I think you should join. I know I'll be playing.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about that. There's actually our friends of Wissa-Hickman are having trivia at 6 o'clock. So we're going to actually be over, at least some of us will be over doing that. And then we're going to come over here at 7 o'clock. So if you have, if you want to have 2 hours of trivia, you can go to FOW, Friends of Wissa-Hickman, and then check out their trivia, and then come over to us at 7 o'clock. So it's a packed day. We're really excited about this.
So yeah,
it's also going to be
go ahead.
It's also going to be a chance to watch our social media starting this evening and all through tomorrow and all through Wednesday. We're also going to be posting how you can reach your council person through Instagram and through Twitter. Sarah, one of our awesome interns, put together some great graphics that have all that information in there. So if you want to be able to, post a picture of yourself in a park, or maybe an old picture you took at a rec center, and tag that council person there to let them know how important your parks and your rec centers are to you. And that's what we really want to make sure that. Obviously, there are going to be cuts. That's just the nature of the budget here. Right now, it's a 20% budget cut for Parks and Rec, but we need to keep on reinforcing how important these parks and these rec centers are to us, to our communities, to our families.
Yeah. So if you are free Wednesday from 12 o'clock into 7 o'clock, especially 12 and 2 p.m., we are having a discussion about the budget cut. So please join us, and also feel free to come with questions. So we are answering any particular questions that you have about Parks and Recreation, the budget cut, and also any after school programs and as such. If you just joined us, please let us know where you're watching from.
Yes, indeed. I finally get that. Got to put up that banner there as well, and there we go. Definitely let us know where you're watching from, and also put our social media accounts under there. So if you aren't already following us on all the various platforms, you can join us there. We have a lot of really helpful information, and we share a lot of things that our partners are putting out there too.
Yes, so I'm super excited for today's reading. You mentioned it earlier. We have Gerald Jackson. He's back. He was our first ever author that we had when we did this 5 weeks ago, whenever the quarantine happened. He was actually, just to give you a little bit of background information, I had an idea of doing a read along online, but obviously I didn't have a network of authors to reach out to, and I reached out to Gerald, and he was like, yeah, let me reach out to his network of people. And since then, we have been successful with every single person that has showed up to read referring someone else. So we're so grateful. And also everyone that's been tuning in almost Monday through Thursday to watch and support the people that have been on our platform to read or storytell. So we're super grateful. Should we bring our Arthur?
I think we should. There we go.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Oh my goodness. Where do I begin? Steve, Lula, hello everyone. Everyone's watching. Hello.
I'm going to go back into the virtual studio so I can share some more things and that I've thought with our audience. So I'll let you guys chat. Good seeing you again.
See you in a little bit. So Gerald, you came back. We're grateful for you. You didn't have to, but you did. The first time you came, you read your own book, which if you want to talk about for the people that missed it the first time around. And if you want to see Gerald's first reading, you can scroll back to our first video, or you can go to our YouTube page, which we'll put in our link. But please tell us about your first book.
Absolutely. So I just want to share with you all, I am the author of A Father's Message, written by myself, obviously, right? But I'm so excited about this book because this book, that's my family in the background. You got to love it, right? This is what the quarantine lifestyle is all about. But A Father's Message is really to encourage a child, right? That despite whatever situation that they're in, they're never alone. They are never alone. And your situation may start one way, but it doesn't have to end that way. And I think through this book, it gives a lot of life lessons to help them throughout their journey, their childhood, and their upbringing, to be able to just give them that confidence that I can do this and I will do this. One of the things that I want to share, and I'm not going to go in, like you said, they can always go to the first reading to actually hear this story, but it's one of the pages that I wanted to share with you all is this one right here. One of my favorites. It's a classic, right? You got to get it if you don't have it. Add it to your collection, y'all. But this right here, this page, it says, be proud when you look in the mirror. Stand tall when you walk out the door. Others will watch, so carry integrity each time your feet touch the floor. You see, I love this passage because it's so easy. It's so easy to do the right thing when someone is watching and someone is around. But the question is, walking with integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is around. So, and that's the challenge. And I think once you understand that, and once you start living and walking with integrity, you know what? You got that's half of the battle right there. You're already on the right path.
I mean, you already started preaching. Like,
no, stop it.
Seriously, I mean,
but purchase this one, A Father's Message.
You could go. So when Gerald was with us the first time around, since then he has his own website, which you could purchase this book from. Which we'll bring up to the screen right here, which is an incredible website. If you want to learn more about Gerald, you can go to his website and read his about section. But also his book is right there to purchase. So Gerald, can you tell us? I'm super excited. First of all, congratulations on your website. But tell us more about what will we find on your website.
Now, just to back up a little bit, even what led me to even write this website. Okay. I mean, to create the website. My mentor, right? One of my mentors, Leroy Jones. I just have to recognize him because he always challenges me, and he asked that question, like, "Who are you?" And it made me think about it. Who are you? And of course, I'm thinking about all the hats that I wear. You know, I like to encourage, I like to motivate. But he said, no. Who are you? And I said, an author. And he said, well, do everybody else knows that? And how are you going to make yourself relevant? How are you going to make yourself available? And that stuck with me because one of my quotes was, to be seen, you have to make yourself available. And it just challenges me every time I speak with him, or if I'm in his presence, that if you want to be taken seriously, then you need to make yourself relevant. You need to make yourself available. And I think a website is a platform to be able to allow, I guess, my followers or my community to know just a little bit about me, right? And to remove, if they want to know about me, the website does that. So we can go back to the website. I can kind of like walk you through a little bit, if possible, on the website. Yep. And as you see on the website, you have an opportunity to purchase a book, my book, A Father's Message. You have an opportunity to get your very own copy, autograph copy, and also a personal note. Also a personal note that if you want to actually add that option, I will be able to write a personal note for that person, whoever the buyer. Also, as you see, it's kind of like a blog, but from Gerald's pen. So my listeners and my followers can be able to just know a little bit about me on a personal level and my writing style and how my thought process is all about. So every month I'm planning on kind of just putting a story out there about just some writings and what's on my mind and what's relevant today.
That's exciting. And if you are just learning about Gerald, he's also super active on social media. He does his own reading, 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. Yeah, so that's another way to learn about. He's not just reading his book; he's reading like other authors' books as well, which I enjoy. And did you say something about a special guest joining us today?
So I wanted to tell you about my friend, right? My friend was like, "Hey, I would love to be on there with you. I wish I was there the last time we read." And I said, "Oh man, I didn't know if I can be able to invite anybody or bring a guest with me." And I said, "You know what? If I get invited a second time, I'm gonna make sure that I bring you alongside with me." And he said, "You would do that?" I said, "Absolutely. That's what friends are for, right? That's what friends are for." So I'm just happy to really introduce this person. My friend name is Pete. And a good friend is hard to find, right? He has his outlook on things is he has a positive attitude. And no matter what happens in his life, he's always thinking positive. So I think I kind of, I guess like minds think alike, because I think I get that from him more than anything. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to invite him over. Hey, y'all, this is Pete.
We're so happy to have you.
Listen, he is so excited to be here. You going to say hello? Don't do this, Pete. Don't do this. Oh, you was waiting for this moment. Listen, I'm going to tell you how excited he was. He was excited. He was around the house. He said, "I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube." And now you don't have nothing to say, Pete? Are you serious?
You look super excited to be here.
Oh, man.
So don't miss too much space of you and Pete. If you want to just go right ahead and take over the stage. And,
all right.
And then I'll be back.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am excited. Pete, why are you gonna really do this? You're not gonna say anything at all? All right. So you're gonna make me do this all by myself. I got this. All right. So listen, before I get started, I always start with story time, y'all. But I think I need a little bit more help. I think I need some people to help me do story time. Are you ready to do story time with me? I need it. I need help. Are you ready? All right, y'all. Come on over. I need help. Are y'all ready for story time? All right. This is my daughter, Janaya and Kamaya, and this is Jeremiah. You ready for story time? Yeah. All right. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Story time. All right. Pete's going to stay with me. All right, y'all. Listen, the story that I'm going to be reading today is Pete the Cat rocking in my school shoes. So have you ever had a nice pair of shoes and you just got so excited when you put them on, you just walk different, you start talking and singing? Well, you know what? Pete does this. He had his new shoes on. My son wanted to stay. I know. Oh, it's hard when you hear the crowds, right? So the wife, my lovely wife, shout out to my wife, because it's a team. We all got to help each other. It's a team effort. So I just thank you for my family, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm able to do. So I have to always recognize the immediate and the extended. Thank you all. But this is Pete the Cat, Rocking in My School Shoes. Story by Eric Litwin. I think I remember when you had these shoes, Pete. You just couldn't get it. You was too excited. Here comes Pete strolling down the street, rocking red shoes on his 4 furry feet. Pete is going to school and he sings this song. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. Pete is sitting at his desk when his teacher says, "Come on, Pete, down that hall to a room with books on every wall." Where is Pete going? Do you know? So we know right now the room has books on every wall. Can you guess? What did you say? All right, I don't know. Let's see if you're right. The library. If you said the library, you are absolutely correct. The library. Pete has never been to the library before. So this is something new, y'all. Does Pete worry? Goodness no. He finds his favorite book and sings his song. What do you sing, Pete? You gonna sing it for us? So I'm gonna have to read this whole story by myself. Really? I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. Check out Pete. He's ready to eat in a big, noisy room with tables and seats. Where is Pete? Can you guess? Did you say what I thought you said? The lunchroom. You are correct. You are good. It can be loud and busy in the lunchroom. Does Pete worry? Goodness no. He sits down with his friends and sings his song. I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. Pete and his friends are playing outside on a green, grassy field with swings and tall slides. Where is Pete? Do you know? The playground. You are right. Y'all are good. Did y'all read this story before? Did y'all hear this story before? You are good. The playground. Kids are running in every direction. Does Pete worry? Goodness no. He slides and swings and sings his song. I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. Are you singing along with me? I hear you. All day long, Pete sings his song. I'm singing in my school shoes. Now he paints. I'm painting in my school shoes. Even doing work, he can sing. I'm adding in my school shoes. I'm writing in my school shoes. When school is done, Pete rides the bus home. Pete's mom asked him, "What did you do at school today?" And Pete says, can you guess? I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. and I will do it again tomorrow. Because it's all good. The end. And as I read any story, I always like to talk about the life lessons that I got. And I love it because we don't realize how fun and exciting a book can be, how it can take us to other places and use our imaginations and take us places that we haven't been. Right now, during this quarantine time, we're home. But for this moment, for that moment, you felt like you was in school. And that's so amazing about a book. But one of the things that I learned, that when things was new, when things got scary, or he hasn't done it before, he didn't complain. He didn't get scared. He just took it in stride, and he looked at it and looked at it from a positive outlook. He said, should he complain? Should he cry? No. It's all good. It's going to be all right. So listen, I hope that you enjoy Pete the Cat, rocking in my school shoes.
Oh, thank you, Gerald. And I love the message that you always share with us, the wisdom that you share with us at the end of each reading. I'm always reminded that children's book has so much life lessons, not just for kids, obviously for adults as well, in
Absolutely.
a very simple form, like in a very simple form that I think sometimes we tend to complicate. So thank you for sharing that wisdom with us.
Hello, and we had a special guest. So I guess watching along here, I probably listen. she loved meeting Pete there.
And, oh my goodness! Thank you so much for inviting your family to do the countdown with us. That was
great.
Special.
Oh yeah, right. Listen, I wouldn't be where I am today if you don't have that good support, and I just think that I'm where I am because of them, and I think I just want to just always thank them and let them know.
Well, your wife,
my lovely wife.
Yes, and she's also the technical support.
That's my dad.
Yep.
Thanks, Pop.
Yeah, D'Angelo talking about he loves his shoes as well.
And Kareem, one of my closest friends, childhood friends, over 20-something years. College friends. I was like, thank you for the support, everyone. Listen, I just want to also too thank you all, the Philadelphia Parks Alliance, because sometimes when we're in it, we don't realize what you're actually doing because you're in it and you don't see what you're doing. But outside looking in, you have allowed a world or a community be able to learn about all these different authors, the young, encouraging other kids like mine to say, I can do this. And you're just putting them on a larger platform. So don't think your work has gone unnoticed. I am truly grateful to be on this platform. I love what you are doing. Listen, y'all are doing some great things. So just keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you so much, Gerald. And you always have been supportive since day one. Listen, people, if you want to hire Gerald as your motivational speaker as well, you can do that. Seriously, you're amazing. So you can follow Gerald on Instagram, West Philly Arthur. It's the same Facebook as well, right?
Yes. And also then, now the website, GeraldJackson.com.
Which I love because it was like a blog aspect of it. So you get to hear Gerald's voice in a different form. So please visit his website. We did put it in the comment section. If you go scroll up a little bit, you'll see the link for his website. And also please reach out to Gerald. Gerald, we're grateful for you for joining us for the second time, and also for inviting other authors as well for allowing us to continue to do our reading like we have been doing. So we're grateful for you.
Thank you so much.
There's nothing happening for you in the comment section.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Your dad said, my shoes now.
Don't hurt yourself, Pop. Don't hurt yourself.
And then D'Angelo Virgo, another one of our awesome authors that's come through. And I love what you said, Lula, about it's such a good point about how the lessons learned, they're certainly wonderful for kids, but they're also ones that are really important reminders. And because they're put in a way, in a simpler way, with less words, but there'd be more thought put into a way of putting them there. And I think that's great that every author who's read, and also the people who've read, who weren't authors who read books, with this really good messages that we got from there for us as adults, as well as for all the kids that were watching. So
yes, it's always a way for me. It really has been, because we tend to complicate things as adults, I think. And this is such a very pure, simple way of getting the message across. And we appreciate you, Gerald, for always sharing your wisdom beyond the book that you are reading. Seriously, motivational speaker, preacher. He's always got it all, people. So reach out to him through his website and Instagram. Tomorrow we'll be back at 12 o'clock with one of our local rec center activity coordinators, Sue. So we're super excited. And Wednesday, if you missed our conversation earlier, we have a full day planned out with conversations with city council members and some of our Parks and Recreation folks. We're gonna have games. So I think we posted that on our Facebook page, right?
We sure did. That's we posted the schedule for the day on Facebook, and we'll be updating that with links, and we'll be putting it there. And we also posted. You can go just like this event where you could go ahead of time. You can click get reminder or set reminder on Facebook or YouTube. So both on Facebook and YouTube, if you want to make sure you don't forget that, you can go over right now to those and click on it. And we also want to thank our YouTube watchers. You know, we built our YouTube channel from 3 to 66 people. If you're watching on YouTube, as you hear every YouTuber say, you know, hit that like and subscribe button, and so we're there. But also, so that's really cool to see that we built this Facebook audience, and we now have a growing YouTube audience. So that's pretty exciting there. And then, of course, YouTube is the place to find the archives. It's a lot easier. We keep everything. If you go to that Parks Alliance Read Along folder playlist, there you'll see every this one and all the other ones that we did will be there. So that's a nice way if you really want to go pull up some story time from either one that you might have missed or one you want to come back to, like Gerald's.
Yeah. At this point, we have a collection of plenty, which we're super grateful.
Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome.
So thank you, people, for watching. Your dad says Pete says a good work. Dia said you inspired him to buy a new pair of shoes. Oh my Lord. Well,
you gotta love him. You gotta love Mr. D'Angelo Virgo himself.
All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Have a good one, y'all. Take care.
Oh man.